Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm fighting a bit of a headache today myself, but it's getting better. So my friend put me on to just regular plain old red Gatorade when you have a migraine. And I have to say, it makes a difference, which is so good and so important because I have new team members, or one new team member joining our team today for the first time. So I can't be dealing with a migraine. That would not be ideal. Let's see. I also took my medicine for backup. I need to make a birthday card for my son, and today is Desiree's birthday. So I thought I would use her things. Yeah, these are the ones I wanted to pull out. I keep Desiree's stamps just kind of on my cart. I have a crafty cart and they just have a permanent home outside on that cart. They're out in the wilds of the craft room. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Texas is very sad right now, I would say. A lot of Texans. Like even at the grocery store yesterday, I live about 2 hours from where like the most catastrophic flooding was happening, but even our own county flooded and we lost a couple of people here too. And I went to the grocery store yesterday and it was just kind of very somber, very somber. And it was just raining nonstop yesterday evening. And as much as I love the rain, I could handle it just taking a break. But I love that it hasn't been blazing hot. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Vicky. Hi, Angie. Hey, Kim. Good morning. I'm using that pencil to put my hair up, so hold on a second. Hi, Dawn. Hey, Beth. Pam. I know you, girl. You've not been to sleep yet. At least if it's been a normal day for you, you haven't been to sleep yet. Hey, Angie. Thank you. Yeah, it's getting better. I'm telling you, there's something pretty miraculous about this. I got out of bed and just started slamming this thing. Rhonda Lane, we haven't seen you in a while. Hey, girlfriend. I hope you're doing well. I knew you were still up, Pam. To be fair, what time is it there? 3:40 a.m. So for a night owl, you're fine. We're glad you pop in and say hello. We're happy to see you, even if it's just for a minute so we can say hi. Hey, Kathy Smith. My husband was worried about you. Oh, that's so sweet. I saw that you were in live on Saturday, so I told him that meant you were probably okay. Yeah. Well, thank you, Rhonda Lane. I mean, it just didn't stop raining, you guys. It started on Friday. And And let's see. No, it started on Thursday because Sparkleheart and I went out. Let me get my hands moving. Sparkleheart and I just don't know what I'm making yet, went out to hang out with my mom and play bingo. And it just, wow, I love these. It just didn't stop raining the whole, and that's unusual. And then it was still raining last night. So yeah. My bestie, her daughter is going into 3rd grade and knows some of the girls lost down in Kerrville. But yeah, even so, her mom, you know, was like, "You're not going anywhere. Do not leave your house today." Just tell me you won't leave. I was like, okay, I won't leave. So I sat and I've almost finished all my ATCs, Angie. I just made ATCs and watched the news and prayed for people all day Saturday. Like, all day. That's what I did. I'm looking here for some inspiration. Those are cool. Ooh, I like those. I've done that before. Wrapping embroidery floss like that on my cards. Gosh, I've only done it once and it's been a long time ago, but I really like this. That's cool. I'll probably end up doing something more simplistic. These are nice. This might be a cool design. These mixed with Zentangle. Different color palette. I would choose a different color palette for him. But let's do Minimalistic Beauty by Sandra Hairston from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Yes, birthday cards. You finished 75 yesterday, Linda Gorman? Girl, that takes a long time. I know, because that's what I did the other day. I made them in batches, so I have this little post-it. I'm up to 131. So there's my 131. I'm getting closer and closer. Oh, okay, sneak peek. I used to do sneak peeks more because I'd only do a live once a week. But I came up with something. I accidentally got the new Simon Says stamp kit. I thought I canceled it in time to skip it, but it ended up in my mailbox this weekend. So, look, I was thinking about a traveler's notebook, but I wanted to stick with the items that were in the kit. So use one of their sturdy pieces of cardstock. I doubled the spine here. I poked a hole and put eyelets here and here so I could put this elastic band in, right? But that was only going to work for one of, I could have put more than one elastic band in here, but the elastic that I could find was kind of thicker. I could still put more in there, but then I had this idea. And the idea was to glue a signature to the front cover and glue a signature to the back cover. And I was using 6x6 paper, but I was able to get, there's 75 writing sheets in here. So it's a good size little notebook. And I just put plain paper in here, It's a no-sew design, so I will be sharing a tutorial on this soon. I'm going to make more of these. They come together like lightning fast. And I just made it with notebook paper, 6x6, 6x6, 8.5 by 11, and this is just copy paper, just plain copy paper. Isn't that cool? And I like the way it looks. And it's a good little size. Like it would be good in someone's purse or something. Anyways, yeah, so where are you moving to, Rhonda? Hubby and I have sold our home and I didn't have a computer for over 2 weeks. Now I'm trying to catch up with everyone. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And happy birthday to my son and Desiree. Very sweet of you, Rhonda Lane. I hope you get all settled in. Kim, Paper Kansas is 2 weeks from yesterday. So 13 days away. Okay, you guys, I'm doing something like this. All righty. So let's just see here. I never use these, and I think I should. These are my Jane Davenport inks. And I love that she sells them like in these displays. I feel like it's like a little shop. I feel like I'm in an art store when I look at these on my shelf. But let's actually use them. This is the one that I can't get enough of, the Legends of the Sea. But this one's nice too. This is Gods and Monsters Shade and Gradient ink. This is Sheening ink. So these basically essentially have mica, and they're kind of like double colored. So it's like green and red, green and purple, orange and yellow or gold, pink and purple, pink and blue. You get the point. It's double colored. They're really, really cool. And then these are single colored, but just really pretty colors. Okay, so maybe we'll use some of these inks, and then I'll get my backgrounds done first, and then we will pull up the stamps back out. Okay? All right. We have a plan. Sorry, I'm trying to decide what kind of paper I want to use. Well, it's so good to see you, Miss Rhonda. Paper Ganza starts on the 24th, but Betty Penny is leaving, yeah, the 20th to have some fun. Yeah. Yeah, my whole family's coming, so we're going to leave early. We leave on, actually, we might even leave on the night of the 19th. I'm not sure. We're going to leave early though, and we're gonna hang out for a couple of days in Oklahoma City, and then we're gonna arrive early. I think we're gonna arrive like on the 24th, maybe the 23rd in Kansas City. Okay. I have a Canson XL watercolor sheet. It's 9 by 12. Dun, da, da, da. And on the 12-inch side, I'm going to cut it down to 6. Sorry, my desk is full with these inks on it. So these now measure 9 by 6. And now I'm going to cut it down. We'll do 4, and that way we don't have any scraps. So we'll make 4 4x6 pieces out of this paper. Oh, I figured out some gifts to give. We will work on those together. I actually already know who's going to get this little journal that I made with the Simon Says stamp kit. I know exactly who's going to get this, so hopefully she won't be bothered by the fact that this paper is from my tea dye stack. So when my when my hands have tea on them, I reach in and grab more paper. It's just a little tea dye right there, but I meant to cut it off, but wasn't paying attention by that time. But anyways, yeah, I already know who's getting this one, and I've got to figure out what things I'm going to put with it. Okay, so let me move these inks even more out of the way. Let me take I need all the Gatorade I can get, you guys. Let me take a drink of this Gatorade real quick. Blame it on the donuts I had yesterday. I tell you what, yeast and sugar are not good for my system. That really stimulates my inflammation. I'm blaming this headache on donuts. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna pick a well, and I'm gonna use the little droppers that came with this and put stuff in there. So this is Francis Drake is the color. Angie Downs, I spent the weekend with my family. I'm glad to be back. Oh, y'all got kicked out of the Chick-fil-A. Oh, that does sound like drama. Okay. I'm going to put it right in here. That might be more ink than I need, but we'll just see. I don't know. Now, I haven't played with these inks very much, so I kind of don't know how they do with water. Be a little bit of experimentation. I have some water. It's not clean water, but I didn't know when I came in here that I needed any water at all. All right, I've got my Dina Wakley. I love these brushes. My mixed media brush here. And that's about all she wrote. I don't know if I can keep this minimalist, y'all. I don't see the sheen in this that I was expecting. That's what I've noticed with these inks is some of them have more sheen than others. Like this one's supposed to be, Francis Drake, where are you? This one's supposed to have sheen. It's supposed to be purple and blue. I might, though, just put, I don't know, is it too much? I don't know. I just don't see, I only see one color. That's okay. Now I think we need a lighter color. So, I just dipped my whole little palette in there. And now I'll wipe it out. If I'm going lighter, I don't want it to be contaminated by the blue. Okay. I don't go to family gatherings more. Too stressful. Oh. People acting up. Sounds like my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family just didn't talk to each other. I don't know which is worse. Sometimes you just gotta do your own thing, I guess. Let's see. I want to see what this Blackbeard does. I don't think it's necessarily a lighter color. I just want to see what it does. And I'm going to get a different brush out. Maybe I didn't mix the other one long enough. Oh my goodness. Crafting from the broom closet. Good morning or afternoon, whichever evening, whatever it is for you, middle of the night. Pure chaos. You wouldn't have it any other way. That's so funny. Let's try. And now this is pure experimentation, you guys. I'm just dripping one little dot of ink here and spreading it with my spreader. Ooh, we need some yellow on this for sure. What's cool is I think once I get this down, I won't have to worry about it moving, so I can bring in some other mediums. This kind of crafting isn't for everybody. You all right? Okay. All right, now we just need, for real, a lighter color. Ooh, let's try this Chera. Cherubus. All right. Ooh, okay, now this one I'm seeing the green. Okay, it's very subtle, but see that? Right, that green sheen? That's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting this shifting of colors. I didn't get any shift in the blue, but the green and purple is shifting. It's a shifty sister causing trouble at Chick-fil-A. It's doing its job. All right, I'm proud of you, Blackbeard. All right, let's clean up my tools a little bit. There we go. My desk. Blackbeard, very cool. You're planning your 50th birthday. Oh. Well, one of them, you have to encourage one of them to be the adult in the situation, you know, because sometimes as adults have to adult and get a hold of our emotions and not act out, even if we want to. I'm going to have that conversation with some of my family members. Okay, let's get this color back out. I really want, what I really want to add to this is mustard, but I don't have a, hold the phone. I might have a mustard ink. Hold on. When I was in college, our bookstore had some art supplies that you needed for your art classes. And I bought one of these one day just because I was intrigued by it. And I've always loved the boxes. So this is Winsor & Newton ink. And now these I bought last year sometime, all of them. But I built myself a little palette of colors of the Winsor & Newton ink. So I have black, blue, yellow, brown, purple, orange, green, and red. But I love their packaging. Isn't it so cool? Oh, I just love it. So I do have a yellow. Little squirrels. Her with her oranges. They've been packaging like this for years and years and years. Good night, Kim. Let's use a little bit, and I have a bunch of these pipettes. Now this one doesn't really need to be mixed because it doesn't have any shifting to it. I want a brush. And even though I dipped this one in my water and thought I had it cleaned, I'm going to have to really wash this one in the sink because that ink just gets in there and doesn't want to leave. It's like me on vacation. Oh, I don't want it to be over. The end of this live, it's officially over. I go back to work. You just can't give this girl any time off. If I'm in the grind, I can stay in the grind. But if I get out of the grind, I don't want to get back in it. All right. Now, you get another brush. Not that one. This is not a paintbrush. This is a makeup brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I have it so that when I use colored pencils, I can dust off the page and not, it's so soft. I don't think it's the one, but I was tempted to use that one. Let me keep, I have a big jar of brushes. Let's see. Trying to find the one. It's too stiff. Let's use a fan brush. I have a nice fan brush here. A number 4. Let's use a fan brush. Yeah, let's use this. Okay. Flo, Bethany, good morning. I'm playing with some ink. I'm trying to be minimalistic, but we'll see how this goes. I think I might need more than that. I think I'll need about that much. All right. Now, I believe that this ink, one of the things you can do with this ink is put it in your fountain pens, I'm pretty sure. But we're also going to use it here to make art. Pick up a little ink. Oh, I wasn't expecting that one to be water reactive. But like I said, I hadn't really played with this, so that's not going to work. I don't want to reactivate these. I don't like that. Let's see if we can, what we can do about it. I don't like it. All right, hold on. I want to fix it, and I'm not going to add this to the other ones. We're going to do something else. Okay, so they're water reactive. Good to know. I was expecting that because it was ink, but I should know that Jane Davenport does her own thing. She's like, huh, you think my ink won't spread? That's why I love Jane. She does her own thing. Okay. Pretty sure we can save it, but I'm going to take acrylic ink, acrylic paint to these, knowing that they're water reactive now. So I'm going to put those off to the side. We're going to try to work with this situation real quick till I can get it where I want it to be. Let's bring in some alcohol inks. This is a very experimental morning. I want to see what alcohol inks do with her inks. It's not like we can mess it up. Now we're on watercolor paper here. I don't want too much of this dark blue because the dark blue is what I'm fighting. Oh, it looks kind of like a fish. right. It's starting to grow on me, actually. Bye, Flo. She's like, I'm out of here, man. I did not come for this. Well, we're making a masculine card for my son. So, you know, it might just work. There are some parts of it that are pretty cool. Like, I like this little spot right here. Let's bring in some metallic watercolor. Maybe that green. Okay, let's see what this brush is so dirty. Phone call. Aw, heck. Sure is early for a phone call. That's not good. Her tattoo inks are waterproof. Oh, that makes sense. She's so clever. She's so clever. Okay, now what am I going to do? I'm not going to leave it as blobs. I'll work it out a little bit. Well, I don't know. I'm going to put it to the side. I was just trying to work a little bit of sheen in there. I'm going to leave it for now. But this is what we've got. I don't know if I like it, just to be honest. Let's go back to these. Okay, so nothing with water. We're going to have to use acrylic paint. The issue with that is if it covers the colors. I don't want it to cover my colors, but I will get to add the mustard. I've got King's Gold and Turner's Yellow. One is matte. Oh, I guess they're both matte. They're just two different companies. Pretty much the same color. So, wouldn't matter. All right. So one way that I can shear out the paint is if I can find my Ranger card again. Where'd that thing go? Why didn't I put it back where it goes? It has a home. Let me look over here. No. No. All right. Well, it doesn't have to be that card. It can be any plastic card, gift card, old gift card, whatever. Now I'm just determined to find that one. But apparently it's nowhere to be found. Okay. So pop a little bit of this in here. That's even more than I need. I'm gonna grab, I'll use my tag template card. And I'm just gonna dip. And we'll be able to share this with this card. I got into some wet ink. These are very abstract. I'm trying to keep it minimalist because that's the whole inspiration. So I think I'll keep it like that. I like it like that. So we'll stay there. And this is a little bit of ink that I had that sprinkled onto here. I know this is not for everyone. Some people are just like, I don't get abstract art. I've personally always loved it. I used to paint abstract paintings. Okay, so we're gonna leave that one like that. Last one. But I get that a lot of people are just like, not me. Yeah, I could totally heat set it. This one's pretty dry. The one good thing is that yellow is pretty transparent by nature of all the colors. So that's definitely working in my favor too. Let's go this way. All right. What does alcohol ink do on wet acrylic paint? Nothing, something. Tell you what, this blue is very overpowering. We used this the other day. This is going to create green, by the way. But we did this the other day when we were making those ATC cards. We used that blue and it was very overpowering. Just wanted to see. I actually like it better. Let's do one of those down here. So I'm going to put down a layer of this yellow first. I'm going to go in the same order. Yellow. Should just leave the caps off, but it's alcohol ink and I don't want to do that. Orange. A little more yellow. Just trying to build up quite a bit of ink on the surface so I can get it to bloom. And then the blue. Especially because I'm working on watercolor paper, it's just going to soak right up. All right, yeah, I like that. And I like, it's giving me grunge here with the orange, the layers of orange. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, cool. I can work with this. Now, let's play with the idea of figuring out how we would, how do you decorate a card that has such an abstract background? I have quite a few ideas going through my head. Of course, a collage. Like, you know, with my cut and collage books, like proper collage. A big sentiment would be pretty cool. Like, you know, just a big happy birthday sentiment or something. This is what we have to work with. The first one I'm going to do, I think the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to stamp. You love the blues and the yellow. Me too, Rhonda Lane. Me too. Oh, you love abstract. Oh, well, good. With words. Yeah, Vicky, I could totally see like a big happy birthday sentiment and just put that on there and you've got a masculine card. And then the cool thing about this is it's 4x6 and I'm putting it on a 5x7. So I have a whole inch in width and height that I could play with matting layers and mat like purple and blue and yellow or gold or whatever. And so, okay, let's make a list. So first thing or one of the things we're gonna work with is matting layers and a big sentiment. Okay, I need just a writing instrument. All right, so matting layers plus a big sentiment. I want to do one, so that's one. I want to do one that has flowers. We can do a collage. And then I also want to play with Desiree's Tangles stamped on acetate. And work with some acetate. Okay, just had to get my ideas on a Post-it note. I don't know what I'd do without Post-it notes. It's kind of how my brain works. I just love them. Okay, so now I'm going to put away the goodies, put away our fun little characters of ink that came out today. All right. Yay, using my stash. Put away my my watercolor paints. Done with those. I could put away my acrylic paint. Actually, I think I'll leave my acrylic out. We might put, you know, some on the inside of the card or something. All right, let me put these away real quick. I need space to work. Ooh, I'm even thinking like metal charms and fabric would be really cool with these. Put my water away for sure. Don't need any accidents. There's paper everywhere. All right, last trip to the bookshelf. Okay, Alrighty, let's go ahead. Oh, you're fine. Hi, Michelle. Oh, thanks. Yeah, actually playing with your fellow Aussie Jane Davenport's inks and some Winsor and Newton. And acrylic paint, alcohol inks, just kind of having an experimental morning here. And we're about to make 4 cards with those. Clean up my mat. Okay. Alrighty. Oh man, we could run it through the embossing folder too. Let me look. The flower one. Maybe with an embossing folder. Which one am I going to do? Maybe this one. I've got to heat set it. Actually, this one I want to use the collage. I want to do the collage on that one. So let me pick a different one. Maybe this one. I think I do have to heat set it though, because it still looks like it has some wet spots right there. Yep. I don't want this ink getting in my embossing folder. Just checking it, see if there's any other. I think that's it. Okay. I have this one out. I was playing with it yesterday. Let's run it through there. We're going to play with those. I'll stamp those on acetate next. Uh-oh, crack-a-lanch. Very subtle, but I think subtle is good. We were still trying to stick with a minimalistic, but see, it is embossed. It's just very subtle. I like that. Okay. You could bring it out. You could pronounce it all more with ink. But we're not going to. We're going to leave it subtle. I'm going to pick up my craft lanch. I've got to clean my room. It's an ongoing thing. All right. Let me grab some flowers. I've got these. Bold and beautiful. And then let's also add in a tangle. I think I'm going to use this one. Well, I'm actually torn. I don't know which one I want to use, so I'm going to get all 3 off of here. This one's called A Tangled Portal. It's trying to escape. There we go. All right, let's stamp these onto some paper. I think I'll do white just to keep it clean. Actually, no, let's do acetate. Let's do acetate. So I have a piece of acetate here. We're going to stamp on this. Trust the process, you guys. I know this all seems really weird for some of you, but we just got to trust the process. Okay. Now, I need a good ink for this kind of bizarre work. So I'm going to get a StazOn. I hate to put StazOn on my Desiree stamps, but I think it's the only way. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Jane comes out with really cool stuff. I love her arty brain. Oh, I wanted to talk. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Rondelaine, because is Sala here? Hi, Kat. Hey, Diane. I haven't seen her yet. Oh, there she is. Yeah, yeah. Oh, she has to disappear again. Have a lovely day, everyone. Bye, Sala. Hi and bye. But yesterday in Desiree's live, we're talking about watercolors because Sala's trying to find some. Well, that just got my stamps dirty, but didn't do anything for my acetate. It's probably because this is so old, because I never use it. When I first started crafting, I thought you had to have StazOn. You don't. Let's open up this water. This is archival from Ranger. Watering can. I think I have the watering can. Embossing powder. All right. Now, here's the problem. I don't think I have any stamp cleaner, you guys. I just really don't like StazOn, to be honest. I mean, sometimes you need it. Okay, it's coming off with my baby wipe. That's good. But yeah, I got this ink when it was on sale at Hobby Lobby one time, $1.72. I was like, yes, because I don't have very many archival inks, so that was a total score. I was like, I'll take every color you got. I got a really nice maroon color. I don't know. Maroon is a color that I come in and out of liking. And for probably for the last 10 years, I haven't liked it, but now I do again. I know. It's weird. Anyways, I'm back to liking it. I'm liking it a lot right now. I'll just enjoy it while it lasts. All right, try to get some of that lint from the baby wipe off of here. And we're going to stamp it again. All right, here we go. I really don't think it wasn't StazOn's problem. There was nothing wrong with that ink other than I think it was just too dry. All right, let's see what this can do. I'm trying to stamp right back over where I was before. Better, but not quite, not enough of a punch for me. Okay. All right. Memento, what can you do? Let's find out. Oh, sanitizer. Yeah, because the alcohol in it. Aww. There we go. I don't know how long it'll take to dry, but hey, at least I can see the design, which is what I wanted. You know what? Before I clean these off, let's stamp some of this on white cardstock too. This is a very experimental day. I'm really proud of you guys for hanging out with me through this. But I think it's going to be worth it. When we get done here, we're going to have some cool looking cards. Or we will, if not, we will have learned some things. Either way, we're winning. There we go. All right. If you're looking for these stamps, these are from includeathankyou.com. That's the only place you can buy them. They're exclusively sold on Desiree's website. And this one is called A Tangled Portal. Little time travel. All right. You're like, I wish I could travel back in time and get my time back. This is crazy. Okay. Now, this acetate is not one that, I don't think I can heat this acetate. Plus, you'll know how I am about fumes and stuff. I don't know if I'd want to heat any acetate. So we're going to have to hope for the best in it drying. So we got some of these images on white. Let's get this big, really cool oval on acetate as well. Bye, Cat. Cat, I made a really cool version of a traveler's notebook. It's very easy, very fast, a great way to use up your 6x6 paper. I'll have a tutorial out sometime. I don't know when, but sometime. So keep an eye out, because, you know, I know you do the craft fairs, and I think this is a great craft fair make. Didn't really get the best impression there. We're gonna move on though. Okay. Oh, I love you, Cat. All right. I didn't get the best impression on there. I was wondering what it would look like if I tried to line it up with this other one. I don't think that one's savable really, but these might be. And yes, they're still wet. So let me put these to the side. And let's bring in one of these. So I used a Memento, which means I have to use my alcohol markers. I wanted to use my watercolor. All right. So I was going to tell Sella to definitely make sure to check out, there are some really good inexpensive watercolors out there. And like Des was saying, I really don't care too much about the light fastness as a card maker. It's just not that of an imperative quality for me. Especially if you're just, you know, trying to get started with a better watercolor than what you have, but you don't want to spend a lot. There are some really good ones out there that Lindsay has reviewed. I wasn't even in the market for a watercolor, and she convinced me to try them. And one of them, I think, is called Whale. And who knows if they're still available or not, because a lot of the watercolors are kind of all made by the same manufacturer, but what they call white labeled for different brands. But yeah, that one was really good. And you get a huge palette for like $20 or something. So just shop around for what's available in your area. Like I know some of you aren't in the States, so you know, you're going to need something different than maybe what we have available here. Don't worry, I'm not going to color all of these in. I'm only going to color in a few, I think. Let's use the other end. Let's get the other end going here. Now I'm just coloring on, this is just like a real basic paper here. This is Michael's, I think, or Hobby Lobby, or somebody's basic 65-pound weight paper, I think. I don't even really know. I just grabbed a piece of white paper out of my stash. And I'm kind of coloring this in a very Zentangle way of not caring too much about like what makes sense and what doesn't, kind of thing. You don't have to make it make sense. This is a pretty blue. Here it comes in blocks, which is hard. Betty, it depends on what watercolors are available in Finland. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but I would still say definitely check her out because she gives some good insight and considerations when she's picking her cheap watercolors. Like, she doesn't like a lot of, she likes pretty pure pigments, like single pigments, single pigmented colors, and she just gives some good considerations to take into account. And I think Desiree gave a lot of good ones as well. Okay, I'm about to transition out of coloring this, but let's see, what's this color? Ooh, that'll be cool. Okay, but I want to add just a little more. Who do I want to color in next? I think I'm going to color in this spot right here. Now, hopefully I have some flowers that match this palette because I really wasn't thinking of that. And one thing I was going to show, oh, I want to now bring this in over here. Just add a line of that right in there. Okay. I don't actually want to color the whole thing. I want to leave some of it white, leave some of it colored. I definitely like it with that two-tone right there. What were the parameters this week on Craft Roulette? I might have to look it up. I wonder if this can be, because I've got some tone on tone. I know that was one. It was thank you, tone on tone. Is Paula here? The blue is really nice. Isn't that nice? And that purple, I think from just making things up, it is a nice palette. I think I just won't leave a border, and I'm just going to cut right up to the edge here. I may miss some things, multitasking before it gets extremely hot. Ugh. No worries, Dawn. Do what you need to do, girlfriend. This is just a day of experimentation over here. Okay. Don't really think it goes. Oh, this is the one I was going to put it on. But let's see what happens when we pop a flower on it. Okay, flowers. They're right here. It's the coloration. It's because I wasn't really thinking about the colors. But that might be what, it might end up working. It might really make it pop. Ooh, I kind of like those because it has the purple and the blue. What if we turn it that way? And the purple kind of ties into this purple swath of color up here. And then we can kind of maybe make that coral less punchy. I think that's where we're going to go with this. That's nice too. I think we'll do this one. Yeah, I like that. I just looked up in my viewer. Okay. Alrighty. I just smeared that. You can't even tell it's stamped. I don't know if this acetate's going to dry or not. Be fearlessly authentic. Let's see. I need some happy birthdays. Let me see if that's in any of these. There's happy everything. There's a happy birthday. And then we can put be fearlessly authentic on the inside if we wanted to. Yeah, I think we'll use this happy birthday. Let's stamp that out. I'm trying to decide if I do want to enhance that embossing folder any or leave it. Let's keep going. I'm going to put this on here. Yeah, no, this one is not the masculine one. Not necessarily. Not that it's not either, but yeah, no. We're just going to kind of work our way through all of these. I will definitely have one before we're done here. So this would be my flowers version. I feel like this needs some treatment around the edges. Let's use some gold ink. I'm just going to dip my finger in it. And I might actually do this to the whole outside of the card base, because out here around this too, because I just feel like it needs a little bit of something, but I don't want to add too much. So I'm just doing a nice little slight golden border. So let's do that to this base as well. Do I need to show the inspiration piece again? I can do that because I'm definitely jumping off from there. Starting minimalistic, it will not end that way. I'm not a minimalist in any way. I'm definitely a maximalist. Let me bring my magazine back out. There we go. Put a little more over here. Just trying to catch a little bit of the details from this embossing folder. Okay. Just trying to catch some of those really cool industrial kind of rivets and things. Okay. We've got it, you guys. So, before I glue this together, let me show you the inspiration piece again. So this is from the Somerset Studio magazine. This is what they did, very minimalist. Again, this is Minimalist Beauty by Sandra Harrison from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Okay. This is Bitty Penny. This is my version of that, but then, you know, also all of this. And this is going to go right here. All right, let's do this. Maddie, she used her Jane Davenport inks. Yes. And then I added acrylic paint. And then I just used, in case I didn't tell y'all, this is the Kuretake Gold Mica Brilliant Gold ink. It's so good. It's definitely my favorite gold. I'm just going to hit the edge of this real quick with my brown brush. All right. And I didn't know that Jane Davenport's inks were water reactive because I just haven't played with them enough. So then we had a little bit of a situation happen with this card. We're still going to save it. But yeah, we had a bit of a situation. It's definitely growing on me, you guys. So don't just throw things out right away. My initial instinct was put that thing in the trash can. But, you know, maybe don't. All right. I see hearts. Yay. Bye, Aunt Bethany. Oh my goodness. Well, you have to come back. I mean, geez, this is the first card. I need to speed it up. You'll just have to come back and see what happened. I'll post it on Instagram too, Bethany. Put that right. I hate to cover up. I love those little purple flowers. There, we'll keep one of them. Okay, so now I like it. This is just a scrap. Could measure, but I don't want to. Oh, you know what? I need to turn it this way because this is the straight edge. color is blinding, huh? It's one way to wake up. Who needs coffee when you have fluorescent pink? I mean, why not? The card is so wild. We'll see. We'll see if I like it once I get my white card base out. If not, I will take it off. All right. Whoopsies. Just cut my card base. All right, let's try that again. That's the first time since I switched the order of my blades that I've messed it up. Let's use this blade. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I like the fluorescent pink. I think I'm gonna like it. Yeah, maybe. Let's try it without. Oh, I like it better without. Put that over there. We tried. But no, I do like it better without. And I don't mind a wide border, especially when you have like a really busy card like this. I think it gives the eyes like a place to rest. So we're just gonna glue this straight down with no mat and a wide border. I like that Kuretake Gold ink, this one too, because it dries so fast. Okay, there's our first one. All right, let's do, the only one I'm not sure how it's gonna go is the acetate one. Bye. Let's see if we can find some like computer things. I don't know if this book has any. I'm kind of thinking it doesn't. This one's mainly people and animals. I'll have to go to my tried and true. Yeah, that one really doesn't have it. I don't know about this one. Oh, let me try this other one. This one's mostly people too. Yeah, I always think of people when I see this one. This is a newer one to me. I got it this year. And I did like that it had a lot of different kind of stuff. I've actually used this one quite a bit. I did get a response back from the publisher, which was really cool. I emailed them about like, can I use this in my YouTube videos? Because their angel policy was a little confusing to me. If you don't know what an angel policy is, it's when an artist or a publisher decides how you can use their work. And it was just a little written a little strangely. It was hard for me to interpret. I don't know if this one has computer stuff either. Is the rest of this all people? It's a really cool one in animals. Okay. But yeah, no, I really like this one. All right. Oh, it wasn't actually that one. Sorry. So this one has been my long-standing favorite. Extraordinary Things to Cut Out in Collage. Long-standing favorite. And then they put out this one, Even More Extraordinary Things to Cut Out in Collage, and by Miss Gonzalez. And this is the one that had kind of the weird angel policy, and I reached out and they got back in touch with me like promptly and said, yeah, no, you can use those in your videos and in your collage art. Okay, cool. So this one, I like this one because it has a little more modern imagery than the others. I think we've got it. Yeah, if I were to recommend, I would recommend these two books over any others. Look who it is, and not just because they have Godzilla. All right. I really like this dude up here too. I like these icons. I'm trying to cut it so that most of my page still stays intact. All right. That's what we have to play with so far. This one's gonna go. Hi, Lindy K. This is gonna be our collage card. And I may not use that guy sitting at the computer. I just wanted to pull him just in case. But I think I'll probably use this one. Bye. Love you. Okay. Hubby's off to work. I did not expect today's live to be this long, you guys. I'm sorry. Some Mondays, I guess, are just like that. I'm not ready for my weekend to end. This week is going to be very busy. Okay, I like the idea of a few random like icons in here. My son's not going to know what a floppy disk is. After all, he's turning 15. So my son's turning 15 on Friday, and he built himself a computer. Last week. So I thought it would be kind of fun to commemorate that achievement and everything with his birthday card this year. So maybe this number could be pointing at a 15. I cannot look at the stamp set now, this $2 garage sale stamp set, and not think about Angie when she was like, is the arrangement of those letters bothering anyone else? Bye, Rhonda Lane. Get some sleep. Hi, Jay. Oh, Jay, you're most welcome, bud. I delayed on sending your package because I was like trying to decide what I was going to do with the inks. Like, was I going to order the Simon Hurley? Was I going to try to fall in love with the Catherine Pullers? And so it delayed me sending it to you, but oh man, it's my pleasure. Okay, I'm going to be bold and I'm just going to stamp the 15 directly on there. This is not a card I'd make for anyone else, but you know, that's the thing, is when you're customizing something, you make it for a specific person, then you can make it even more ridiculous. It's the first thing that came to my mind. But I think we can get there with all of this. So I'm going to stamp the 15 on here. Wish there was a number sign. Angie's probably like, well, if you organized it, there might be a number sign in there. Oh, that's kind of rough and cool. I like it. I'm gonna I mean, it's not like I can mess it up. Bye. Stamp it around some different places. There we go. Okay. Maybe I want to point to that 15. I'm putting the floppy disk on there. Oh, you were saying goodbye to my hubby. Oh, I thought you needed to go to bed. Okay, which would be understandable. It's weird, it's funky, but I think I like it. For a dude who just built his first computer for his 15th birthday, I like it. For anybody else, probably not. But this way, it's almost like memory keeping as well. I think it fits with the whole abstract situation we got going on here. All right. Very you in elementary school. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, no, this definitely takes me back seeing this stuff. I'm so old, Jay, we didn't have computers in elementary school. We had them in middle school. I remember the floppy disk very well. Is everything glued down? Yep. Okay. Super funky, but also cool. I think it's cool. For my son, I think it's going to work. Okay, I want to see if there's anything I want to mat this on. Checking my scraps. Seeing if any of these colors help. The red, like the slightest red. I don't think so. Okay, let me get a card base out. Maybe black. You remember the computer in high school? Yeah. We're all dating ourselves, aren't we, Maddie? Miss Norma. Oh, yeah, I had to take typing class. Well, I'll say this. The teachers definitely knew who could spell and who couldn't when we were in school. Yeah, it needs matting layers. We just have to figure out what color. Yeah, because everything wasn't automatically spell checked for us. Even the black, I think it's the black that helps it the most. Let's do that. So I'm going to do 4.5 by 6.5. Hi, April. Mama Juju. 4.5 by 6.5. Mama Juju, Miss April, we are just making some weird cards today. Very abstract. Okay, so there I have my son's birthday card made. All right, I'm going to run through these other last two as quickly as I can with you guys. Oh boy. Well, we had a white border. It's very humid here. So everything's taking time to dry. It's okay that it's not a white border anymore, but I may intentionally now add something here and there. I don't know where I lifted that from. I don't know where I got that ink from. Let's see if I can erase it. Might be light enough. I'm using a sand eraser. And I'm basically just buffing off the top layer of this paper to get that ink off. That'll work. That'll work. I mean, it's super funky anyways. But yeah, there's my son's 15th birthday card. Okay. Can't believe he's turning 15. You know, next year is going to have a car on it, right? I think his birthday card last year was better. You'll have to go on my Instagram to see it. Okay. Next up, let's check some things off the list because I do like to check things off the list. Okay. We have done the flower. We've done the collage card. Now, let's do the matting layers with a big sentiment. Okay, so these are the last two that I have. I think maybe this one. What's the next thing? Acetate. If it's dry, I don't know if it'll be dry yet. It's still wet, you guys. I don't think my acetate is going to dry today. Yeah, no, it's wet. It's wet. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this other one off. Yeah, it's totally wet. We're going to have to skip the acetate for today. This will be dry sometime next week. We'll get a different piece of acetate. We'll get a Dina Wakley acetate out. And then I need a big sentiment. I don't have sentiment dyes really, but I have alpha. I just had one out yesterday. Looking to see if I put it away. I must have put it away. I'm so proud of myself. I'm going to grab some acetate. If I can find it. Well, I don't know where my Dina Wakley acetate is, you guys. We're just going to keep moving. I've been here long enough that we just got to keep moving. So we have to move past the acetate idea. What I did find when I was looking for my acetate were these Dina Wakley collage sheets, and I never use those. So maybe we'll use those. Sorry, I'm looking for my big alpha. I had it out just yesterday. I don't know where it went. It has disappeared on me. It's played one of those disappearing acts. All right, let's look at this. Oh, found it. Okay. So I've got these Dina Wakley. Oh, I love that one. Funky collage sheets. Nope, not Dina Wakley. These are Dilutions. Okay, here. I've got some alpha. I say some. I don't have all the letters. We'll spell what we can spell, right? Please pray for Pity Penny. Oh my goodness. I've got pieces and parts. What I am liking are like these pieces right here. And maybe, I mean, we might as well just lean in to the funkiness of the situation. Not my typical make, but that's what kind of makes it all fun. Oh, I like her. I think she would actually go pretty well with our color palette too. I like that big eyeball too. Let's take that one with us. This is pretty cool. This like swirly bit with the bird. All right. And we'll take some of these strips. And I also like this 90s girl a lot. Holding the flower. All right, we've got options. We're just gonna lean into the funk today. Okay, just lean in. So this is the Dilutions Collage Sheets Set 1. For the curious. Okay. Yeah, I think she's definitely got some serious potential. Let's just do a rough cut here. Here's the thing. I also really like this 90s girl. Where is she? I really like her too. You know what's cool about this image is that it's like partially a photo, but then it's also partially drawing. Like the black and white stripes is like doodling. These are not cards that most people would make, but hey, I think that that's kind of how I operate. What I'm thinking here, though, is if you found some cool images in a magazine and you used your acrylic paint markers, you could come up with something like this. I think she fits here. I think she's meant to be. I liked her and I liked the eyeball too, but I think she's meant to be. She makes me think, we're talking about my teenage years. She definitely makes me think of my teenage years. Yeah. So many pretty cool images in there. And then this is definitely the strip right here goes with it. I think she's got her back against a graffiti wall. She's leaning into it. All right. I don't know what she's saying, but we'll have to figure that out. Let's find a snarky sentiment. I think she might have some snark in her. So let's see what we can pull in from Mr. Tim. Shh, no one cares. Oh my gosh, hang on. Let me overthink this. Frequently irreverent. Oh, that's pretty good. What do y'all think about, okay, frequently irreverent? Me, sarcastic, never. Hi, Gloria. These are just real funky. This would be a good journaling card, actually. That's a great idea. I've always liked this one. I do this thing called What I Want. That moment when you hear someone else call your best friend their best friend and you're like, no. I don't know why, but I think that's, oh, it won't fit. Shucks, that one's gonna have to go on a journaling page. Unless we make it long ways. It won't fit that way, but we can put it right here. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. And Gloria, I actually really like the idea of this being a journaling card. And now you've got me wanting to make a whole journal based on this card. So thank you, Miss Gloria. I truly appreciate it. Okay, that's what we're going to do. This is going to be a journaling card. And I'm going to make a whole freaky art journal based on this. Okay, so put this right here. She's leaning against that graffiti wall. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I needed that, Gloria. Thank you. Now I'm crazy excited about this. Okay. And then this is going to go up the side. Right here. Okay. So there's that one. And then I like that the back is messy. Let's draw some lines on it for journaling. I actually have a funny story. So when we were getting our solar panels put on our house, there was many stages, and one of the stages was to have an inspector come and make sure that the house was ready for solar panels. They have to inspect like your roof situation, your, you know, like making sure your house can handle it. And the guy came in and we were talking in my kitchen. I was getting him some water and stuff, and he's like, "Hey, wait a second. I know that kid on your fridge." And I was like, "Excuse me?" He was a very nice guy. But I was like, "What? Which kid?" And he's like, "That one right there, Josie." And I was like, "How do you know her?" He's like, "My wife is best friends with her mom." And I was like, "Well, I'm best friends with her mom." Then we proceeded to have like an hour-long awesome conversation together. But it was so hilarious because I was like, excuse me, she's my best friend. But I know she's the kind of person that has a lot of best friends. She's the kind of best friend you've always wanted. So she's just that kind of way. But yeah, it cracked me up because I definitely had that moment. That moment when you hear someone else call your best friend their best friend and you're like, no. Oh, I felt that before. So I could totally journal about that on the back. Okay. Since we like her so much, and the acetate is going to be dry sometime next week, and I couldn't find mine, and now we're going to have a whole journal. Thank you, Gloria. Well, we might as well make another journaling card. And sorry, I have aborted the big sentiment, but actually, hold on. Can we spell out crazy cool? Let's see. These are my scraps here. Let's see. I got this box at a garage sale of like a teacher that had, I don't think we're going to be able to spell crazy cool. Just spell cool if we can. Oh, there's an A. Okay, but I don't know if we have the other stuff. Let's see what we have. There's an O. I need an L. There's so many words. We could smell, you know, snark. We could spell. I think that's an A. Yeah, that's another A. That's the fun thing about alphas is you can, ooh, we could do cray. Cray cool. If we find an R, I don't know. But I found this box and I got it because I wanted to be able to die cut like all my alphas multiple times and then separate them by letter. I'd like to be able to do that. I need to make the time for it. I have to put it on like a to-do list. Okay, what we're looking for, we're looking for an R and an L. I think this is an L. We need an R. What do the R's look like? Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm remembering. I know what NR looks like, but I had to remember what it looks like in this alpha. In order to pull it off, because I don't know if I have an R, we might have to make one. Anyways, the idea that I had before her head came into this was that you could take one of these abstract backgrounds and die cut something out that says like happy birthday or you know, whatever. I think we can turn this F into an R. I know I have a Z. I'm going to make it say crazy. Cool. I've got a Z. I got your Z's. All right, but I don't think I have an R, and I'm not going to sit here and look any longer. So we're going to make an R out of the F. Anyways, the idea was if you have, you know, alphas, you could spell out happy birthday or something more normal. But we're going to do crazy. Cool. Okay, so we're going to take this little part off the F here. Found it. We're going to put it at the top up here. Okay, I think we're going to take this off. That's too small. I'm going to get it roughly the same height as my A. So hold on. There we go. It's a little shorter, but that's okay. Okay. That'll work. Making our own letter here. All right. I'm looking for a white F. I know I have one. I want to pop it back there behind. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. May need that shadow. All right. We're in the money. Here we go. All right, we're going to use our J. All right, so here's our letters. Let's finish fussy cutting her out. So she's going to be a journaling card for the journal we haven't made yet. Now, obviously, you don't have to make a whole journal just because you make a couple of journaling cards. We could put her in a normal journal. But I need a new journal for my ideas, another ideas journal. Did you make a smoothie tea? T's here. Hi, T. Eating breakfast. Nothing too salty. We're salty enough, aren't we, T? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I need a little more trim, just a little more right there. All right. That'll work. I don't know if I'll be able to shadow all of these letters. I don't think I will. Some will have shadows, some won't. And that's okay. And we may even decide to color this white layer. Like, it doesn't have to stay white. I'm thinking I might color it purple so it really stands out. Mini wheats and blueberries. Yummy. You're making me think of the blueberry waffles I have in my freezer. Crazy cool. You know what we could do, because we just have all the time in the world today, apparently, is, y'all are like, speak for yourself. No, I don't. I just gonna pretend like it for a minute. You could doodle on them in purple if we don't want to color them all the way purple. I want, I know I have one. I just have to find it. A green Y. Is this it? No, that's an H. And that's an H. See, I really need to get my box together. What does the Y look like? Okay, there it is. So I want to separate all my alphas and cut out all my Ys, all my different letters. And that way when I want to spell something out, I just go to my box and find my letters to spell things out. Those are like craft room dreams. Cutting off the round part. Oh, that would have worked too. Totally. Okay. Crazy. And then I don't think I have enough letters to double these. So I'm going to keep all these plain and not doubled. All right. Doesn't she need a little bit of separation behind her, do y'all think? I think she might. So let's go back to this sheet right here. I don't want to cut off that music note. I like that music part. Oh, and that looks like piano keys. That's pretty cool. All right, that's going to work for me. I'm going to trim this down a little bit more. Yeah, that makes her pop more. Oh my gosh, this totally reminds me of like In Living Color. Man, I loved that show. and the girls and what they wore. Oh my gosh. The dancers. They were crazy cool. All right. This is a journaling card, but it could also be a birthday card or whatever. Here we go. I want to just put some dots. We'll do some stripes. And then we'll do the Y over here. What are we going to do the Y? We'll do some triangles. And now I can't get the In Living Color song out of my head. You can do what you want to do in living color. Jim Carrey got his start on that show. And I'm sure so many other people. Wayne's brothers. Too cool for school. We'll put some dots. All right. Let's glue this stuff down. I'll let you guys go. And I'll go. Just kick everybody off the card again. Oh, salt and baking powder. Does baking powder have salt in it, or does it like make salt more salty? I don't know. Okay. Ooh, look at the background. We'll draw some journaling lines back there too. All right, now our girl is in place. Come back here. What a morning, you guys. Jeez Louise. First of all, wasn't planning on being here this long. Second of all, I had no idea that this is what I was going to end up making. Zero. Oh. Oh, both of those have sodium. Oh. Huh. My funky little R. I kept thinking the A was an R yesterday when I was playing with this. I pulled this out as an R. That could have also been a really fun R, the A, but I don't have any extras. I needed the A to be an A. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I know this is not what I would normally be making, but then again, what is normal for me? Maybe this is perfectly normal for me, actually. There we go. We fit it all on the card. You're probably the only person that like, no, I know people that don't like waffles, Vicky. You're not alone. I like them. To me, waffles and pancakes just can't be compared because they're two different things, and I like them both. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'll try to keep it short in our other lives this week, you guys. Kept it short on Saturday. Really proud of myself. Ooh, I love this. This totally makes me think of In Living Color. And because we've already been here this long, I do have to add one more detail. I know you'll forgive me, but I want to bring in my gel pens, and I'm going to add some detail to these green letters. Let's do metallic. Ooh, let's do orange. I'm going to make a whole journal with these. And we're going to play around. And Nicole over at Relax Cut Glue might be a better way to say it. I'm going to go all the way over this like it's kind of stitched on or something. She does this thing where she colors on top of magazine images with her acrylic markers. We're going to do that, and we're going to make a whole journal. So get ready. We are so going to do that. And it'll be my next ideas journal, which I do desperately need. So cool. Miss Gloria. Again, thank you. Okay, I need a different color now. This one's just not popping like I want it to pop. I need a bright neon. There we go. And let's get one more color too while we're at it. Let's get this hot pink. Well, this has been a very fun experimental day, you guys. For me anyways. And you're still here, so I guess you've at least somewhat enjoyed it, or it's like a train wreck that you can't look away from. I don't know which one. I wish this would show up better. I wish this was brighter. There we go. The ink is flowing now. Just don't think it's going to show up on that dark. You know what will? My acrylic markers. Okay. Put these up. I'm desperately trying to keep my gel pens in their case and not lost in my craft room. So see, I'm being good, taking care of my supplies. That's all of them. They're all in their little cubbies. These are the AEN art. I really like them. All right. Ooh, let's use this bright turquoise. There we go. These are Sharpie acrylic markers. They come in 2 different tips. You have to, you know, because it's only, each marker only has 1 tip. So you have to make a choice when you're purchasing if you're going to get the brush tip or, come back here, bullet tip. Those are the 2 tips they come in. I have both. Make a choice or get them both. All right. So let's put some lines on the back of here. Some journaling lines for our journaling card. Well, these might actually end up being my favorite ones. Something about getting out of my head that it was a greeting card allowed me the freedom to really have fun with these. Whereas over here, I felt a little more restricted. But it's cool because I got a birthday card, another birthday card. This is for my 15-year-old son. And then I got 2 journaling cards for my new journal that I'm going to make. Hi. Oh my gosh. How are you doing, Angela? So crazy cool. It is cool. I like it. So there's that one. And the one about the friend, about the best friend, and she's super cool. So what a journey we've been on today. Quite the journey. Oh my gosh, Tracy, your Kendra's Card Challenge live card yesterday, I didn't really get to watch, but like I caught it right after you ended, and that card was phenomenal. Like out of this world good. And I told myself I have to go back and see the whole thing. I need to hear every word and see the whole thing. So way to go. All right. So it was a journey today, but it was a fun one. And I got my inks out and played with those. And now that I know that the inks are water reactive, I need to play with them even more. I'm sure when I originally bought them like 2 years ago, I bought them because they were water reactive and I just forgot somewhere along the way. Well, hi, Ellen Cuts Paper. So that's what we've got today, you guys. Whoa. The fact that you hung out with me during all of that is amazing because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just playing. Hi, Heidi. But I like what we did. And it's very different. Very, very different, but I like them. And I think you could easily make these into cards, you know, if you wanted, this would be a crazy cool card. Like regular card, but I'm going to keep them journaling cards. And we'll come back here and make a journal for them. I'll try to have some stuff prepped so my next live isn't this long. But I have a feeling I know what we're doing on what Thursday. I think on Thursday, which is my next live, I will be doing a journal for these. Unless I do it before then and I just show y'all a flip through. Because I'm kind of excited. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. Love you guys so much. I hope y'all have, it's Monday. I hope you have an awesome Monday and a good week. Pray for the people of Texas, you guys. It's really sad down here. We're all sad. It's just terrible. And if you live by a waterway, always be careful. Not that you can, you know, plan for 40 feet of water coming in 45 minutes, but like, just be careful, everybody. No matter where you live and what you're doing, just be careful out there, because we want to see you here on Thursday. I don't know what we're going to do. It won't be this crazy unless it is. But yeah, y'all be careful. Pray for the people in Texas, and I know everywhere else. It's prayers going out. All right. Talk to y'all later. Much love. Bye, everyone.